Intermittent fasting and low carb, pwede ba sa breastfeeding moms? This is the another question from our NLCD or National Low Carb Day na nagtanong noong ating Q&A part, and yung sagot dyan ay itatakol natin today. And the answer is simply yes, pwede po mag-intermittent fasting and mag-low carb yung breastfeeding mom. Pero yung concern nila dito is baka daw bumaba yung supply ng milk kapag ang isang mommy ay mag-go into intermittent fasting or low carb. And this is simply not true. Wala pong kailangan i-worry dyan. If you've been in NLCD last Sunday, that's 1 week ago na, no? Ang bilis ng panahon. If you were able to stay until the end, we have a special talk there na kung saan we discussed about low carb for mommy. So meron dong about pregnancy, about raising children, and yes, isa nga doon is for breastfeeding moms. And my sisters, merong isa na nanganak ng twins, meron ding isa na dalawa na, tatlo na yung anak, and they're all breastfed, fully breastfed. And of course, my sister attorney Kat na fully breastfed din yung pamangkin ko, si Arky, the low carb baby. And yes, never silang nagka-problema when it comes to supply. In fact, nagkaroon pa sila ng mga times na where they donate milk to other moms na kulang sa supply. And they've been into low carb and also been doing their intermittent fasting. So, yes na yes, pwede po mag-intermittent fasting and mag-low carb yung mga breastfeeding moms, but there's three things na kailangan i-consider. So ano yung three things na yon? Number one is no forced fasting. Wag pwersahin yung pagpa-fasting. So when you feel like you are hungry, you are thirsty, then by all means just go eat and drink as much as you want. Pero yun din, hindi rin ito kailangan gawing excuse. So no forced fasting, hindi kailangan pwersahin. If you feel like you have no appetite to drink or eat, then simply don't do it. You can continue your fasting. Try to listen to your body more at makikita mo na your milk supply will not become a problem. And number two consideration when it comes to intermittent fasting and low carb for breastfeeding is to eat whenever you're hungry, but eat clean low carb. Ano yung clean low carb? You can just stick to our safe list of JGC Raw Food List. In general, simple lang to. Ulam at gulay. Ulam, gulay, meat, eggs, seafoods, all of that you can eat as much as you want, and para ito sa inyong anak, because there is this important na research where what they found out was kung ano pala yung kinakain ng mommy while they are still breastfeeding, and especially when they are still pregnant, yun din po yung magiging preference ng bata later on. So kung ano yung kinakain nyo, most likely those will become the preference also of your kids. So if binapasanay nyo sila ng junk or sweets or sugary na mga pagkain, then most likely the moment they reach adulthood or when they grow up, they will also crave those things. But if you will keep on eating healthy foods, real nutritious foods, then it is something good. Remember na whatever you decide to eat while you are pregnant or while you are breastfeeding, it is going to affect the future po of your children. So what you are eating today is actually not just for you, but para rin po yan sa inyong anak. So whenever you're hungry, just eat clean, low carb. And again, as a reminder, hindi kailangan pwersahin yung fasting. And the last thing that you should consider when it comes to intermittent and fasting and low carb para sa mga breastfeeding mommies would be to ensure enough and adequate fluids and electrolytes. I think yung pinaka safe and also nutritious, and also yung parang hindi ka na mag-iisip kung ano pa yung ilalagay mo, would be bone broth. So if you can make your own bone broth, it would be very, very good, especially for you to curb your appetite if ever gutom ka na and then you have nothing to eat, ang bone broth po ay punong-puno ng nutrition, vitamins, minerals. It's rich in collagen and it's also rich in B vitamins na kailangan when it comes to production of milk na high quality milk. And other fluids, of course, water. If you take coffee, okay lang naman yung coffee kapag breastfeeding. It will have some effect also in your breast milk, but generally it's not considered as nakakatakot talaga, but it's up to you on your tolerance. Just remember na when you take coffee, you should increase your electrolyte intake because coffee is a diuretic. Mas mapapadalas yung pag-ihi ninyo with coffee, and with that, baka mas ma-deplete yung inyong electrolytes. So, yan lang po yung three important things that you should consider when it comes to breastfeeding and intermittent fasting plus low carb. It's a yes, pwede po yan. Just don't force yourself to fast, especially kung kayo ay gutom na or nauuhaw na. And also, you can eat clean low carb whenever you're hungry and ensure fluids and electrolytes. For those who are part of our low carb and fasting masterclass at yung mga hindi pa part ng ating Low Carb and Fasting Masterclass. If you wish to join, meron po tayong live Q&A mamaya. After this, mga 15 minutes from now, we will do our weekly live Q&A na na-postpone for the last weeks because we are prioritizing the National Low Carb Day series. But today, tayo po ay balik na sa ating exclusive LCF Q&A sa ating masterclass groups in the 14-day Health Optimization Masterclass. Meron din po tayong for diabetes, hypertension, fatty liver, for weight loss, specifically for fertility, for merong mga PCOS, kung merong gustong mga magkaanak to improve their hormonal imbalance, GERD, even hyperacidity, those things are already covered in our masterclass. And for those na may mga kids, tulad ko before na lumaki na merong allergic rhinitis and asthma. So those things can actually be helped by proper nutrition. So yun po, if you wish to know more about that, you can text first before calling our admins at 0939-919-3719. And for those na hindi pa members ng ating mga free Facebook groups, you are more than welcome to join Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community and Life Without Rice for food inspirations. And just a little announcement para sa mga merong virtual access sa ating National Low Carb Day and Low Carb Con 2022. Mamaya po 12 noon, we will have a very special Q&A then for those who availed of the virtual access. So thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you again in our next video. Remember to always stay low carb so that we all stay safe. Have a good day. Have a good Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the weekend with your family. Maraming salamat po. Bye!